Previous video we have discussed about the tools which is JDK and JRE which are used to create the Java application. Okay, so as we have discussed, there are two tools. One is JDK which is used to build the application, and inside that there is one more tool JRE which is used to run the application. And you can see the previous video if you are in doubt. So let's begin to the next part. So next part is how this compilation works. I mean, how the running of the application works behind the scene using these two tools. Okay. So suppose that there is one user. Okay, that his name is Rahul. He writes the code here. Okay, this is the file. He writes the code. Okay, Rahul writes the code. Okay. So he has written the code. That means he is doing coding, and now there is a file. Now he want to save the file. So saving that file, like he have given the name something like my first app. Okay. So it will be not be a txt file. It will be dot java file. This is the most important part. Dot java. Okay. So after that, there are two ways. Okay. So there are two ways to compile. Two ways to compile. One is using some IDE. So there are many software application which is used to compile the Java code, which is commonly used BlueJ, in which we can write the code and just simply click on compile and it will run the application. And second is using command line. Command line. So in command line, after creating the file, we have to write certain commands to compile the code and run it. Okay. So basically behind the scene, it uses the command line. BlueJ is using the command line, and command line using those two tools like JDK and JRE, as I explained in the previous video. What are these two tools? Okay. So let's say here Rahul has written the code, and we are taking the, I think, the base approach, the most, I mean, behind the scene approach. Okay, because if you run on BlueJet, there will be only the compile option. You cannot see anything else, but in command line we can see what's happening behind the scene. So we'll take the example of command line. Okay, so here he write the codes. After this file is generated, not generated, he has saved this file. Now what happened? He needs to open the command line and run some commands. So firstly I'm showing you what are the tools, how these two tools are used to make this runnable. Okay, so there will be a tool called javac, which is Java and C is compiler, and this javac tool resides inside JDK. Okay, so you can say that there is a javac file. This is a file, .exe file in Windows. Okay, .exe file. So what this do? This convert this Java file to .class file. I will let you know the what is class file. Okay, so it will create my first app with the same name. It will be generated from this, so you don't have to make this file. .class file. Okay, this is the like main important file. After that, we will use one more file, one more tool, .exe tool, which is not dot, it is java.exe file, and which resides inside JRE. So we can write here something inside this Java java.exe. It's very small, but you can see it's inside the JRE. Okay, so let's focus on this one. Okay, after that, so we are using these tools to convert separate files. So this is the readable file, as a user can read this file, like you, anyone can read this file, which is the coding language, which is Java coding language. So as I already said, Rahul is writing the code in Java. Let me clarify it here. And after that, he's saving the file .java, and he's using the tools provided by JDK and JRE. Like in JDK, there is one tool javac.exe, which mean compile. C means compiler here. So it will compile the file in the form of .class file. Now after the .class file, so this file is also called, I mean, intermediate code. Not this file, the code inside that, intermediate code or bytecode. Okay. So now at this point, we need to only run this code. This is the tool. Okay. Using Java tool, I need to run this code. So whenever I write the command with Java, this is the with Java tool, it will run that code and show the output. Shows the output. Okay. This is the like very basic on the very high level of utilizing these tools. Okay, this file is also called JVM, which means Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so I'm asking one question here. Okay, so you can think of it and then resume the video. Okay, suppose that I myself also created one file. I created my second app on my computer. Okay, .java file, my computer. Okay, and I have created this using javac, as you can see above, javac.exe. Okay, now I get the my second app dot class. Okay, now I have this bytecode. Okay, and I transfer to you. Okay, let's say anyone else computer, like Rahul computer. I have given, me and Rahul are friends, so I transfer this file to Rahul. Okay, and I think, let me write here, Rahul's computer. Okay, now minimum which tool is required to run this file? Okay, which tool, can you guess? Yeah, he doesn't need Java. I mean, he doesn't need JDK, he only needs JRE, because in JRE there is java.exe. And as you can see here, from class file to the output conversion, there is java.exe only used, because the generation of this file is only with JDK, which is javac. So here only he needs to use, he don't needs to compile the code. He just needs to use this file, java.exe file, to show the output. Shows output. So basically, when we run the code, I mean when we run the command in the command line, the output of the code will be shown here in the command line itself. In, I think in the next video, I will show you the whole process practically. This is like to get the idea of it. Okay, so that's how the compilation process work. And one more thing about the bytecode is, which is very important, this is platform independent. Okay, platform independent. What that means is, let's firstly understand what are the issues. Okay, so let's firstly understand that why there is one more level like bytecode. It should be directly like logically, if we can say, it should be directly from .java to show the output. So there is a twist, like in many other languages, like in C, let's see C or C++. What happens is, suppose that if I run any application, okay, let's say this is on Windows, okay. Now when I run this on Windows and generate the output here, okay, and in terms of C, C++, there is one file generated with any name, file name .exe. So this exe is related to the Windows only, correct? So suppose that I want to run this application in the Mac, it will not run, correct? So that is the disadvantages in like C or C++. So we have to ship the code also in another Mac, I mean in any other operating system too, but because this will not work in Mac or Linux, okay? Mac not work, Linux not work. Maybe it will not work in any other Windows, I mean 64-bit or 32-bit, because this code is run on maybe 32-bit, it will not run on 64-bit maybe. So there are chances. Okay. So to solve this, that's why we have intermediate code in Java. So in Java, what happened is, Java code, what happened is, yeah, okay. Um, this code convert to bytecode as I have seen, as we have seen. Okay, bytecode, and this is the output. So this doesn't matter. That doesn't matter where you run this code. I mean, on Windows, Mac, or any other, no matter. This bytecode is generated and you can share it anywhere else. Like suppose that I have run this code on Windows, okay? Now you share this, now I share this file on Mac, okay? This is the dot class file, okay? Now Mac will also have the I mean the what to say, the JRE, minimum requirement to run the app. So this JRE will now convert this file to sorry, not convert, because already conversion is done to dot class file. We can use this JRE to show the output. Got it? So here the hero is JRE, correct? You got it? The class file and JRE. Here's the this make it like platform independent. Now you can run on any Linux or any other, because whenever we run that on any Linux or Mac apart from Windows, because we have compiled that code to the class file, and suppose that we have to run this on Mac or Linux, we already have the JRE specific for that Mac or Linux. So that will help to convert it and show the output. Not convert, to show the output, to run the application. JRE is run Java runtime environment, so that means it will run the application. So I think this is the overall idea about how this was, the behind the scene in a nutshell, how it will work. Okay. So in the next video, I will show you the practical how it will work, because currently it's all theory, you can say. So in the next video, when I will show you in practical way, then it will be more clear. Okay, I will show you the file, I will show you the code, what kind of bytecode. This is not human readable code, so I will show you that code also. So I think that's all for this video. I will see you in the next video.